All right, y'all. So the trading day is over. The trading week is over. We survived. We made it to the end. So on this account, this is the futures desk challenge, 100K challenge. We're down $170 on the account total, but I feel like we traded really well today and we finished off the week strong. I think we executed well. We kept emotions out of the game. We kept fear out of the game. We just executed, found areas for our stops and our TPs, and sometimes they worked out, sometimes they didn't. But we finished off the week with two winners. One was an NQ Momentum Scalp, and the other one was a pivot zone trade. So going into let's go into NQ first, and we'll just kind of just review them real quick. Oops, we didn't want that. Let's close that out. This is a little buggy when you have the interface open. They need to do a little bit of work on that. But I'm loving all of the ability to enter the trades and journal and do everything right here in the Project X interface. Pretty cool. So our first trade was, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh my God, where are you? Where the heck are you? Oh, I don't see it here. What the heck? Where's it at? Is this it right here? I'm sorry. We're having a hard time here. So let's just open up the trade. So going back and forth between NQ and so the trade was over here. Okay, I see. Here we go. There it is, right here. Just a lot of green and red. So what we saw in this trade, this was our NQ Momentum Scalp. And what you'll see is I made notes. Here's our entry, our exit. And I called it Momentum Scalp. That's what I'm calling the setup. Is we had a clear trend line that we were bouncing off of and moving up. You can see the cloud is also moving up, and then these 20 and 25 weighted moving averages are moving up, and so is our anchored VWAP that we created. So everything is in alignment basically. And we also were kind of moving up in this upward wedge, this ascending wedge here. So it's almost a channel, right? But we were kind of getting converged towards the center here. And what we did was we took one NQ contract because we felt pretty confident about this. We also had a sloping ADX that shows momentum, green overtaking red, buyers are in control, and like I said, above the trend line, above the VWAP, above the moving averages, above the Ichimoku cloud. We also had a candle that showed doji down here that kind of showed a momentum change or a change of character. We ripped back up, had a strong green body close. We entered into the next candle, almost like a 3-bar reversal, almost just before the end of the candle close. And we rode it up to this strong bearish candle entry. And then basically it cleaned the highs, wicked up above it, and then retraced back down. And then we went over to, let's go to our other trade. Went over to our, let me make sure y'all are on the right screen here. Okay, we are good. So then we went to our final trade, which was an NMQ or MNQ trade. And I'll come back to MNQ. I think I have to close this out first, otherwise this is going to bug out. All right, so MNQ first. We're going to open that up, then we'll open the trade up. So this trade, where are you at? Where are you at? There it is, right there. Okay, so this was a pivot zone extension trade. And this one is crazy. So this was a 3 NMQ trade. It was a larger range, so I didn't want to risk as much. I mean, we took how many points did we take here? We took 30, 47. It's like 17 points on this trade on 3 contracts. So pretty big trade. We're on the 2000 tick chart. That's what we pretty much took it on, and kind of some of the same characteristics here. So what we saw was uh, we swung down after we made a push back up to the top, and we entered with momentum, a sloping up ADX, price above the multiple VWAPs, price above the 20 and 25 EMAs, or excuse me, weighted moving averages, above the cloud, and we pretty much hit our target perfectly before it reversed back and did not come back for the rest of the day. So this is my favorite trade of the day, even though it was only $98, because we pretty much hit our target, wicked us out, reversed, and that's how we ended our trading for this particular count. So pretty cool shit. So that's our day. So we ended up on the day $57. Not a lot. We had some losers today. If we come back into our, just to kind of finalize this here, we traded. See if we can pull up just for the day. So we're only at $57. It says consistency 38. It says inconsistent, but we had a win rate of 70%. The trade that really killed us was our morning trade, which was our morning trade was open range breakout trade, which was a $429 loser. We also had a break of structure reversal against the trend that we tried to take, and we also took a breakout trend continuation trade, and we were wrong on both of those, but we had really good signaling and we felt good about it. But you can see we had another pullback continuation of trend trade, which was so 117 on that. Then we had a momentum scalp on that MNQ trade for 177, and a pivot point or pivot zone extension trade from the pivot point calculator. So it says inconsistent, but I'm really happy with our trading today. I'm really happy with the trading for the week, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it next week. So pretty cool. Have a pretty good win rate, but we're taking some big losers. But I'm super happy with how we traded. I'm super happy with how I handle my emotions. I'm super happy how I didn't let fear get in the way. I didn't move stops. I allowed myself to lose by hitting the stops based off the plan. So I know my data is good, and now it's just continuing to refine the process and just learning how to be mechanical and not emotion based. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Have some fun out there. Hope to see y'all following me throughout the rest of this challenge.